guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to be setting up my Hobonichi Cousin for April today. I'm going to try and keep this quick because every time I make one of these videos it takes me like 2 hours to film and ages to edit, so I'm going to try and be a little bit more snappy with it today, and let's just jump right in. So April, I am going for a pink theme. I'm going with cherry blossoms for the flowers. I really enjoyed doing the daffodil illustration on last month's spread, so I've decided that I'm going to try and do a different flower every month, and like I say, I'm going to go with cherry blossom for today. The monthly page though I keep fairly simple. I'm going to pull in a little bit of washi tape. I'm using this Rifle Paper Company one again, which I think I've already used once. Yeah, I used it in January, but I just really like it. It's got flowers on, it's really pretty. For me, April is like the beginning of spring, and I know like technically that actually happens in March, but for me, like, I think of April as being the beginning of spring, and for me that means blossom and flowers, and yeah, just generally sunnier, warmer days, hopefully. It's getting closer to my birthday, which is the beginning of May. So right then, I'm going to do what I did last month and pull in some coloured dots. These are the large transparent dots, and this is in the blush colourway, I think, by the looks of it, and I just think they're really pretty. So let's put in some appointments. I don't have any birthdays in April, but we do obviously have Easter weekend, so I'm going to go with this medium kind of coloured one, and put in Easter Sunday, which is on the 4th, and then obviously we also have Good Friday and Easter Monday just there. And then what else do I have? So I do have an appointment on this day, which I'm going to go with this darker pink. That's to take my car into the garage. Then for work, oh hang on, no, I've got another couple of appointments actually. I've got on the 26th I'm at the dentist for a checkup. Then for work related stuff, I'm on a course on the 21st, and I need to remember that I need to be in my library that day. And then hopefully, if all goes to plan with the COVID roadmap, we should be reopening on that day, and actually we're doing click and collect at the moment, but we should be actually letting customers in, and then I might have a meeting on that day. It's still to be confirmed. So, and then you know what, I'm going to use the darker pink to mark payday on the 22nd. So let's just pull in the icon stickers. So I'm going to use this cash icon sticker. These are from my shop. These are the ones that are on the clear paper to mark payday. I haven't got these ones on clear, but I'm going to use these. So this is my little location marker from my shop. I'm going to use that to mark that day that I need to remember to be at a certain location. I have the little transparent cars. I'm going to use that to mark that I've got to take my car in for a service. And then I think I'm going to be using the banana doodles stickers for I've got my little dental appointment ones for when I'm at the dentist. I'm going to mark Bert's flea drops. He needs those on the 27th with, again, a, sorry, they're caffeine and Paper Co now. And then I'm just going to, and then I like to use the little asterisks for work related things. So that's work related, that's work related, that's work related. Then on the Saturdays, I am just going to also use the Caffeine and Paper Co weighing scales just to mark in what my weight is. I don't actually follow the Slimming World plan anymore, but I do need to keep track of my weight for a medication that I take. So let's just write in what these all are. Then the final thing that I need to just mark in there is our grocery shopping schedule. So James and I take it in turns to do the grocery shopping. So I'm just going to flip back and see. So it was my turn on the 25th, so it'll be my turn on the 8th. I'm just using these little shopping trolleys from my shop to mark that. And then I think that's it for the monthly. I'm not gonna hang around on this one. Right, let's flip to the beginning of the month. This looks a little bit different because I've actually got a tip in here for a video that hopefully will have gone up before this one, but it's basically my quarter 1 goals review. Right, so I've decided, so I'm making a couple of changes this month here. I've had obviously a few things change with like my health and things that my goals that mean that I'm going to change a couple of my habits. And then I'm also introducing a couple of things down the side here. I'm still going to do it in the same way as I have done before. So let's crack on and do the grid for the habits. I think I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to do pink and this brown Tombow to be the colours, because obviously I like to have 2 contrasting colours. And the I feel like I've had a lot of green lately. So I'm going to go with brown, because obviously brown is like the colour of the, what would you call it, stalk? 2, 3, 4, 5. Branches, not stalk. I'm sure you knew what I meant. There we go. So let's just pop those numbers and everything in. Right, so let's write in the habits. So the ones that I am sticking with are low buy, budget. I'm sticking with walk. I'm introducing a new one, which is yoga, because I'm challenging myself to do yoga every day at the moment. And then because I'm separating yoga out into its own, I'm keeping workout, but I am giving it its own category, because I want to mark if I do a workout that isn't yoga. I'm keeping hydrate, because that's quite important at the moment. And I'm keeping AM skin and PM skin, which is my skincare, just because I am rubbish at it. Definitely lockdown has made me really not very good at taking care of my skin. I'm keeping tidy up, which is basically like a tidy at the end of the day. I'm keeping self-care. I've decided to remove memory plan because I don't actually need to keep track of how often I'm actually memory planning, because memory planning I do it retrospectively. I don't need to keep a record of that. I am going to still keep a record of how often I update my 5-year journal, because that one I'm sort of falling off the wagon a little bit with, and I go in and update it at a later date. And then my daily journal, I am keeping track of if I read, even though I read nearly every day. And then I've actually taken out, last month I had being productive, but I found that actually I hadn't defined that enough, because I might have a productive day at work but then not be productive after work, or I might have a non-productive day at work and then be really, really productive after work. And I just feel like I don't really want to measure my life by how productive I'm being, so I'm not recording that. I am going to put in blood pressure though, because I'm still not quite in the habit of properly remembering to record my blood pressure every day. So if I put it on my habit tracker, hopefully I will remember to do it, is what I'm thinking. So I'm just going to go in now and do the little dots. I will speed this up, cut most of it out so that you don't have to sit and watch. There we go, so that is the habit tracker done. I'm now going to move on to putting in my little categories that I track down the side. So if you haven't watched one of my setups before, I track certain things related to my goals around this habit tracker. So the first one I'm going to do is my weight, which is down here. Then we're going to have the books that I've read. I'm actually going to put in a different colour pink for these. I am going to have a little section where I'm going to name which non-fiction book I'm going to aim to read this month. Then we've got self-care, YouTube, baking, then debt paid, capital raised, and date night. So these all relate to my 21 and 2021 goals that I have over here. So let's just write those in. And there were 4 Saturdays, I think, weren't there? Let me just double check. Yes, so 4 Saturdays in the month. I just checked my weight on a Saturday morning. So then we've got books that I've read. My non-fiction pick for the month. In here I just write the ways that I have done things that are self-care related. In here I write which YouTube videos I've uploaded. Here I write things that I've baked, because baking is one of my things. And then this is related to paying down my debt, raising business capital, and then the date night. So now I'm just going to do my cherry blossoms up here. I have already sketched them in pencil, just to save a bit of time. And yeah, I'm going to use the Sakura brush pen again, like I did last month, sorry. just because I found I really liked this brush pen. So yeah, let's do a little. The reason I've gone for cherry blossoms is because we're a little bit obsessed with them at the moment. We've been redoing our front garden, and I really want to have a cherry tree in the front garden. I've always wanted to have one. My parents have well, my mum now, I suppose, but my parents' house has a cherry blossom in the corner of the front garden, and I used to love just seeing it bloom in spring. They are like my favourite type of ornamental tree, I would say. I would love one that actually had cherries on it, but I'm not actually sure that you can get actual fruiting cherries in the UK. Like, I don't know if, oh no, you must be able to, because they grow them in Kent, don't they? I don't know if we're a bit too far north, and we are quite exposed where our house is. My grandma, actually, when she was a child, used to go, and she grew up in Kent, and she used to go and pick go and pick cherries off the cherry trees, and it's kind of like a fun little family story that she always shares, that her and her sister used to, because they weren't allowed to have their ears pierced, they used to hang cherries over their ears and pretend that they were wearing earrings, which I always think is so cute. I'm definitely a bit more shaky than I normally am today. Like, I think my shoulder's a bit tight, so these probably aren't going to come out as neat as the daffodils last month, but never mind. And then I'm going to do the same as I did last week and just add just a little bit of shading. Just going to pull in a little bit of the my little yellow mild liner, just to add a little bit of in the pollen there. Right, so that is that page done pretty much. Let's move on to the collections. This video is going to be going so much quicker than normal. Right, so my collections. I'm making a couple of changes again to my collections. I basically decided that I didn't want, I'm finding it frustrating at the beginning of the month, these few days where I've got the collections, that there isn't enough room for me to write important information down that I want to then keep. And even if there is room for me to write it down, obviously in my index, the collection is the thing that's been indexed. So I've decided that some of these I'm actually not going to put into collections. So my workouts and my move tracking, my calories on my Apple Watch, I've actually moved to the back. I've also moved work hours to the back, but I do still kind of want a monthly work hours tracker. So let's do that one first. I don't know whether to do the brush lettering or whether to do something a bit different. I feel like maybe I would quite like a change this month. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do like a fake monoline lettering with this micron, which is in 08. So we've just got work hours there. So if you've not seen me do this before, I write every work day down. So I work 5 days a week. And then the little brackets are where I put the total of any additional or under hours that I've worked, so that I've got a record of that. So on this side, I've decided my shop income and my other income I'm going to combine onto one page because it just felt like a waste to have it on 2 different pages. And I just list whenever I have a deposit for either of those for there. Let's just find the Cookie Monster because I don't want anything to smear. Spending, I am still going to give it its own page. I am hoping to keep this low in April. I had a little bit of a spendy March, so it would be nice for it to be a little bit lower this month. And then we have YouTube plan. Which is where I just make sure that I've done everything for each video that I'm planning to do for the month. Then I've got one that I actually introduced in March, but I introduced it later on after I'd already filmed the video. And this one is my blood pressure. So the medication that I'm on for my ADHD, I have to keep an eye on my blood pressure. So I basically made like a little grid. So let's draw it in here. Let's do it in the darker pink because we've done the lighter pink at the top. And I have written to track it in the morning and the evening. I'm not very good at tracking it in the evening, to be honest, but I do still want to. Oh, that's just gone completely out of the way. That did not go well. But I do still want to give myself the. I still want it to be there so that I can track in the evening if I want to. That's such a mess. Never mind. So let's just hang on. Let's just write in. And I know that I can like keep this on my phone and things, but I like to have it written down. There's something about if I have to write it down that I'm more likely to remember to do it, I think. And then the final one that I'm just doing over here, this video will be quick, is our recipes tried spread. So I did this for the first time in March, and yeah, it's been really useful to have a place to write down what a recipe was, if we liked it, if we wanted to adjust anything. So yeah, I'm keeping that for April. And then I will just show you actually where I have put the bits that I have moved to the back. So I basically made, this is my work hours grid, and this is why I also want it still in the monthly, because I'm not filling it out when I'm supposed to. And then I have my move and my workouts. So my workouts are basically, see, I haven't filled that out either. And we are on, what date are we on? The 28th. So I've done yoga. And what will probably happen is that if I do another workout different to yoga, I will probably write that in here. So because I'm tracking, but I'm tracking the yoga specifically in my habit tracker. So I won't necessarily need it further back in the planner. So that went super quick. That is my April setup. Wow, that went really quick. I suppose because I did that little bit of prepping beforehand and just like measured out where things were supposed to be, I could just get on with it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that very quick little setup of my Hobonichi Cousin for April. And yeah, that you are enjoying following along with how this planner is going, how I'm making those changes when I need to. And yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please do like and subscribe. And yeah, if you've got any questions about anything that I used, drop them in the comments box below. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you soon.